Hey everyone, this is Amber, and this is my spiel on why it's important to have a plan. Get it? Spiel? Glockenspiel? Huh? I'm sure you've made hundreds of lesson plans. I'm not talking about lesson planning. I'm talking about having a plan for the entire year that will assist in your lesson plans and reduce those Sunday nights where you're filled with anxiety because you have no idea what's going on the next day. Those still are probably going to happen, but you'll have less of those. So the first thing you need to do is sit down with the standards that your district has hired you to teach. For some of you, that might be the national music standards. For others, it might be state standards. Whatever those standards are, that's what you've been hired to teach, so you need to teach them. What I did is I then read through the standards and found at the core of the standards, what am I teaching my students? And I came up with the following: beat, voice, rhythm, pitch, melody, instruments, meter, and dynamics. I then took those elements and made a unit for each grade level. Some of you like to be teaching different subjects to different grade levels. For example, in kindergarten, you might be talking about dynamics, and in fourth grade, you might be talking about rhythm. I understand that you like that variety. If that's the case, go with that in your year-long planning. But for me, I like to be on the same subject matter at the same time. It helps my brain. So when we're talking about beat in kindergarten, we're talking about steady beat. And in first grade, I start talking about strong and weak beats. And in second and third grade, we start talking about how beats are organized into measures. And in fourth and fifth grade, we cover time signatures. So that is an example of one of my units. So what I do is I get my unit, and then for each lesson in the unit, I have 4 lessons in my units. I have an essential question and a student can statement, because that is something that my district wants me to have posted. And since they hired me, I'm going to do my best to do my job. And having that essential question, I find really focuses the lesson, because I know that my students should be able to answer that question at the end of the lesson. So I'm able to assess whether or not we got the concept, and if we didn't, having to go back and revisit that. If you are thinking, I just don't have time to do this, I got some good news for you. I've already done it. Looks like this: elementary music scope and sequence. And I've left this file with the ability to editable. When I say that, it sounds like edible and it makes me hungry. Fruit sounds good right now. But anyway, the file is editable for you so that when you find your own groove, you can change what you need to change. So if this is something you're interested, you can head on over to my Teachers Pay Teachers store that I've linked below. And if you are feeling like you got this, go. Whatever you're doing, just have a plan. It's going to make your year much easier.